Howdy doody everybody, how's it hanging? Doc coming at you today without Teggy for this Cities Skylines series special. Now, due to the wonderful support that we got on the 2 Point Hospital series, the little bit, don't worry, I'm still making those videos, but I wanted to make some other, management style videos because you guys seem to respond to those ones very well. So I decided to pick up Cities Skylines. Cities Skylines has been out for a while. I downloaded it, well, I first got it probably about the same time it came out. I had been waiting for this waiting for this game for a very long time before it came out, and then it finally came out. So I got the game when it was brand new, still at $60, and I mean, it's still something that I play today when I'm, it's just when I need a kind of game to chill. So what we're gonna do here now, I don't have any of these expansions or anything like that yet. I think I have them, but I don't have them downloaded. So all of these are just different expansions that you can get for the game. They have different maps, things like that. But for now, we're gonna go with the normal couple, a dozen maps that we have here. So I think we will play two. Well, I don't know. I like the access to water, but I also like the access to natural resources and stuff like that. And I think River Run is pretty in the middle with most of its stuff, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, River Run's pretty in the middle, but Lagoon Shore's pretty in the middle also. I think we'll do Lagoon, and we'll do start on Lagoon, and let's see how we go here. Just before we get too far into this, I do want to remind you guys that we're going to have a giveaway, cash prizes and more at 100 subscribers, and then we're going to get even more, or we're going to do another giveaway at 150 subscribers. So once you guys get in here and press the subscribe button, make sure you get the notification bell on so you can get those views up and get the likes, so we can get more people in here to subscribe and like the videos as well. So if you like free money, that's something that you guys can do. I will literally be throwing money at you, or at one person anyway for each of those giveaways. And who knows, maybe until we get big up to 1,000, maybe I'll do it every 100, every 50 subscribers. Who knows? We'll have to see when the time comes. But for now, let's get started. So I played this before, but it's been a little while, so don't judge me if something goes too wrong here. So normally what I like to do, so that's where we have to start. Water there. So what I think we're going to do is we will, yeah, I know. So we're just going to build a road to start, and normally I like to build a little residential area, not something super big or anything like that. So we'll build something there, and we'll end it right there. We'll make it connect here, and we'll get that to connect also. That way we have a full access in and out here. So also what we need to do is we need to get a power plant ready to go. Now these coal power plants, or these power plant, oh, it's got to be placed next to a roadside. So I usually like to put the industrial stuff off to the side here, kind of away from the residential area, because the industrial zones, for those of you who don't play this game, make pollution. Different kinds of pollution. They'll either make just the air crappy to live in, they'll make noise pollution, things like that, and it'll bring the value of your residential areas down, and so people will stop wanting to live in them, and so your population will start growing, and eventually you'll just have no citizens in your city anymore. So I like to, at least to start, do this kind of grid pattern here, so we can get the most bang for our buck, essentially, because I feel like if we have a grid pattern like this, it maximizes the space that we have here. So let's oh yeah, power plant, that's right. Lost my train of thought already. So we're going to build a power plant just down here at the end. We'll wait, because power plants are expensive. So we'll do that. We'll also get some of this residential area down here. Now I don't like to do that. I like to do the grid outline so I have exactly where I want it. So we'll do that as the residential area. And along with residential areas, you always need water, plumbing, things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the water things up here, and we're going to put the sewage drop out down here. So the reason we put the water out here, or up here, and the sewage down here is because you can see these little arrows, and that's actually the flow of water. So if we put the sewage up here, it'll start to accumulate up here in this area, and so it'll start to Yeah, it'll accumulate up here in this area and start to pollute the water, and people will start getting sick, and eventually that's another way that we can lose the game. So we put it down here where there's a strong flowing current. That's what the bigger arrows mean, so it can get taken down here and out to sea. Eventually, once we get enough, we'll get a water treatment plant, and that actually will, it does create the noise pollution, and its upkeep is pretty high. However, it actually will turn the sewer water, or the sewer water, back into water. So it purifies 80% of the pollution in storage. So we can pull straight back from the water again. Not necessarily straight from the sewage, but if we have to place them next to each other at some point, we can. However, the cool thing is that we don't have to have two different pipes, because you can see down here there's already two pipes there. One of those pipes is sewage, and one of those pipes is water. So we can just connect them together, make sure this whole residential area is covered with water, and then we're going to need to cover down here. Now the pipes I don't worry about being super symmetrical because they don't ever see the light of day anyway, and it's not something that's above ground that you can see. So we'll do the pipes like so, and I think we might be able to unpause now. Oh no, oh gosh, I forgot. So we also need, so we do have to unpause for a second here, because we have to see where the first house is going to be built over here. So we'll speed it up a little bit. Because wherever the first house is built, okay, right there, that's where it's at. So that's where it stems from. So this blue area is the area that the power will cover if we stretch the power line from here all the way down to there. So, and it sucks that we can't have, we might just have to do it along the edge here. So essentially, we have to have the power connect up to here, okay? And then we'll go play, and the power should be connected. Yep, power line's good, power is flowing, and we're great. We're doing awesome. It is raining pretty hard right now. It looks like they're getting waters. Okay, so down here, these meters, for those of you who don't know, these meters are actually an indication down here of what we need. So you'll see the the three different districts we can build right now are residential, commercial, and industry. Okay, commercial is your shopping centers, and industry is your factories, things like that. Factories, farms, it depends on what kind of industry you have. So we need some commercial. They need places to shop, or want places to shop. So we'll build commercial here. You generally don't need too much commercial, to start with anyway. It looks like we also want some industry. So industry, again, because it creates the pollution, I'll just put a strip of it down here, and we'll see how that grows. Industry also provides the most jobs for your citizens. So if you have too much residential and not enough jobs, people are going to be unhappy because then they have to drive however many years. Ooh, okay, so here's what I forgot. So all of these houses need water right now. And you might think, well, we already hooked up the water, but we forgot to hook up the power to the water plant. So because this whole area is covered by power, we can take the power line. We don't have to connect it to the power plant. Take it there and connect it to here and connect it to here. There we go. Now that should be taken care of now with the power. All of that should be powered, which means those are powered. Wonderful. Okay, we're good there. Now we are a little bit low on money, but that's going to happen, especially when you're first building your city, because you don't know. I mean, you're just starting, so your city's not really getting any money. Luckily, though, unlike 2 Point Hospital, to build these areas, you don't have to have money, because these are what creates your money and your income anyway. So here's our economy panel here. Now, economy panel, this is what the budget is and things like that for, or this is our day budget and our night budget for power, our day budget and night budget for water. Now, we don't really need to mess with these too much yet, but they will come in handy later. So right now we get 400 and I'll pause it. We get almost $500 from residential zones, residential taxes, almost $230, and about $200 from industry. Sorry, that one was commercial. Now, eventually, bus lines will give us some money. High density commercial, or sorry, offices also give us money, but we don't have those yet, as well as road tolls. We don't have road tolls yet. Our expenses right now are as follows. Water right now is costing the most amount of money for us. And right now we are, I think, it looks like we're going to be about $1,000 under every single week because of how much water we're having to give, or how much water we're having to to pump out and pump back into the city. So that's that purification, that water purification from the ocean to here is costing a lot of money. So we'll keep going here, and we're gonna be on full speed for most of this, just because it's gonna go a lot quicker that way. We'll check our meters down here. Now, something I really like about this is the more you zoom in, you can hear the neighborhoods and things like that. You got the Elm residence, which is 2 young adults, 6 adults, and 1 kid. That's a lot of people. 1 teen in there. That is a lot of people. So you've also got these smaller houses over here. This is Holly Young Street. So because this was our first street, I'm going to rename this Doc and Teggy Boulevard. Perfect. Doc and Teggy Boulevard. Wonderful. I love it. And this whole thing is now Doc and Teggy Boulevard all the way around. It looks like we've got a Doc and Teggy Boulevard south and a north. That's that freeway is named already, or the highway is named as such already. Eventually we'll be able to get these power lines out of the way. They're kind of ugly right now, but look at us still losing money. So it looks like we're going to need some more industrial here, because the demand for industrial is quite high. So I'm actually going to overcompensate. Now, usually overcompensating in industrial is not good, because eventually you'll get factories with not enough workers. And there's other jobs and things that people can have. It's at a different point, but we'll conquer that when we get there. So it looks like we're going to need more residential. Now, I am going to put residential on this side. However, I usually like to have a buffer of commercial in between residential and industrial. And what that does is the commercial can take the pollution hit from the industrial without having an issue, without having any consequences or things like that. Oh, wonderful. We've reached the population of Little Hamlet. So we've now got taxes and loans are available to us. We also need to control our garbage and our trash industry, as well as healthcare and education industries with 3 new buildings. So let's see, we are going to get a landfill. Now you see this purple area, this is the noise pollution or pollution radius here in this landfill. So what that does is it'll start to make people sick if they live too close to it, and all that mess. So, and right now, so this, because this is a public service essentially, when I put this next to something here, like I do, it'll light up the roads in green and make the houses green where, or that light blue color, where it will best benefit. So you can already see here, like those, these houses down here are already suffering from too much trash in their homes, so we need to build this landfill. And same with these factories are starting to turn a darker color. So we're going to put the landfill there, and garbage trucks will start to automatically come out of the landfill, as you see here. There'll be little purple trucks that come out of the landfill to go collect the garbage, like so. Just like that little guy right there. We also have a hospital option. This isn't really a hospital, this is a little clinic. It's a small clinic, right? Yeah, small medical clinic, and it looks like there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that are already sick, with some on the way. So we're going to put this right here so people have access to medical. And as people get healthy, they'll turn back to blue and things like that. Now, we don't need to bring it into residential because you're generally not going to go from work to the hospital. Now, we don't have enough money for this elementary school. We need, how much is this? 10,000 for an elementary school, so we'll wait for a moment on the elementary school. Something else about this game is once you start educating people, they're not going to want to work in factories anymore. They're going to want to work in high-up places like offices, which is why we have to be careful, and this sounds weird, be careful about how many, oh, what is it? What's the word? How many schools we build. Because if we have too many educated people, we don't have anybody to work the factories, and then our city's economy starts to crash a little bit. Right now we've got 100 uneducated people. We've got 116 people eligible to go to school, or to go to elementary school. And because we kind of have a divided neighborhood here, we're going to need to put this someplace in the middle. And you can destroy people's homes to do this, which is nice, but it'll make people a little bit angry at you when you do that. So we'll see if we're gaining any money. It looks like we're gaining $291 $300 and something now. We're going up, I like it. So you'll see these fluctuate a little bit, and that's because of that whole overcompensation thing. It's because when we added all of these things, they'll get built as the necessity arises. So they'll get built as they're needed. Same thing with all this extra commercial here and the extra little bit of residential here. Let me make sure the water is covering everything. We also need to make sure the power is okay. So right now we're only using 16 megawatts and we have 40 to use. Once that fills up or gets into the yellow, we'll start getting rolling blackouts, and into the red we'll get more frequent rolling blackouts to almost no power because too many people are trying to use power at runs, just power outages because it blows out the power plant. So we're almost getting to the point where we can build that school. We've got about $5,000 to go. So right now we're just kind of watching this happen, watching this go here. See how things are on Dock and Ticket Boulevard. Looks like someone's just chilling out there on their lawn. Oh no, that's their mailbox. She got someone walking around here. Shirley Miller, young adult, resides at the High Residence. She's a grounds worker and ready to wear LTD, and she's going to the convenience store. It's little things in this game that make it so much better. Let's see where he's going. He's going to the Medium Mug Cafe. He's unemployed. Pierce Lee. So instead of Denny's, it's Penny's. That's a gas station. Fuel oil, owl oil. Dino oil. Jeez, there's a lot of... There's the medical clinic there. What else? Oh, here's something being built here. That looks like it's going to be a house, actually. So we'll speed this back up. Because that school is definitely on our list. Now you'll see the skyline out over there, and that's actually a large bridge that we're going to be able to connect to eventually. This whole area that you can see is going to eventually be places we can build the city in, and it might seem like a really big space, but once your city grows to like an actual city size, and we fill up this square will get filled up real quick here. So we'll have to start extending out to these untouched areas so we can start, a timber industry over here in the forest and start some shipping in the river and out to the ocean eventually. When is our city going to build a hashtag school of its own? We're getting there. So the point of the, well, I don't want to say what it resemblances to, but it's Chirper. You can change your Chirper look and everything like that. So Chirper is essentially, a close to popular social media site. Okay, so Worthy Village, we reach a population 900. We can now unlock districts, policies, second loans, fire department, police department, unique buildings, forestry association. There's a lot that come with that. Anyway, so Chirper essentially tells you what your people are thinking. So we can build a school now. Let's get a school right here, maybe right in the middle, and see who that helps. Helps quite a bit of people. We're also going to build a fire station. Now, that's not what I want. Fire station. So you see how red it is? It's because we don't have a fire station yet. So you want to be able to place something. Now, industrial sites are super prone to catching on fire. So we want it kind of probably closer to the industrial site than we do over here. So we'll probably place it down right there. Now, people are happy, and you'll see the houses turn to light blue here shortly, because they're closer to the fire department. Now these aren't going to turn nearly as light blue, and that's just because these industrial things are super hard to fight. Now when you see an industrial fire and a warehouse fire goes up, your local fire department will call in the reinforcements. Currently our local fire department has just itself, so it's probably got like an engine, a ladder, battalion chief, whatever, and that's it. So to put out a fire in something as big as this, it's going to be an issue, which is why it's a dark color like that. Now what we're actually going to do is, because we don't have enough money for that, we're actually going to take out a loan here. We're going to take out the $60,000 so we can get a police station set up. Now police stations don't need to cover police stations can cover a larger area without, disrupting the flow of things, unlike fire stations. So we're actually I'm probably going to put another fire station over here. Just that way, everyone over there is happy as well. And we've got a little bit more coverage over here, just in case something over there goes up. I think we are pretty good. So we've got these unique buildings over here. We haven't unlocked any of them yet, but essentially as you go on the game and figure out achievements, those will get unlocked. So taxes. So we can also change the taxes based off of how much money. So I'm going to raise the taxes a little bit to 15% in the industrial zone and probably close to 12% in commercial, and then keep the residential the same. And check the meters. So it looks like we need some more residential. We need some more places for people to live here. There we go. I'm going to start playing with the roads a little bit more now. We'll be able to put some parks over there. Space is already occupied. Space is already occupied. Let's see what's over here, there. These roads are going to start looking weird, but when have you seen a perfect grid pattern in your local neighborhood? So they want residential, we'll give them residential. Whammy! And we'll put some more commercial over here. Overcompensation again. Now, we've got to make sure the pipes are good. There we go. Hello? Let's get all in there now. Okay, there we go. Now, with all of this, we do have to remember that so the power plant's working out. Now we're up to 24 here. Now as more things get built, we'll have to keep an eye on that. I forgot to name our city. Here we go. Teggy Land. And then you'll have the stuck-up people that say, oh, it's pronounced Teggyland. So because of this whole blue area is covered, it'll all reach out and connect to itself with all these little power lines and things like this. So we don't need to worry about that quite yet. So we are okay there. Fire department, it's kind of hard to reach over there. Oh, that's healthcare. So fire department, we're getting there. And police station. Okay, so we're getting some icons over here. Let's see what those icons mean. So it says the taxes are too high, so these little icons will give us some feedback. So then we'll lower our taxes. We'll see if we're okay at 10% here, and that fixed the problem. So it looks like 10 to 12% is about where the cap is. So not a bad start for our little Teggyland. I think I'm going to end this first video of Cities Skylines here. We come back next time, and we'll continue the saga and grow Teggyland to this entire area eventually. You can see me probably miff it at some point and have to destroy the entire city and start over. So you don't want to miss that. Remember about the whole subscriber giveaway thing that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Be sure to check out our partner Discords in the description below, as well as any other information that I might have put in the description that I can't remember at this time. And you all have a wonderful time and stay classy.